Warm welcome and good evening to all the participants. The case launch would happen in a couple of minutes as all the other participants are also joining. I request all the participants to stay tuned and please wait. Thank you. Hearty welcome once again to all the participants. Thank you for joining the launch program today. We will begin in 1 to 2 minutes. I request all the participants to be patient. Thank you. A very good evening to all the participants. Thank you for joining the session today. We are now in the case launch session for the National Case Study Competition organized by Phoenix Global and Organon Analytics Club of IIM Rohtak. It is a very great day because most of you are going to be a part of the first case study competition of your MBA life if you are an MBA student, and most of you are going to solve a wonderful case study going ahead if you are a student of other discipline. First of all, let me congratulate all the participants for having registered to a wonderful learning experience. Now, I would like to take this opportunity to first thank the main organizers for the event, Phoenix Global, and also Organon of IIM Rohtak for having given this opportunity to all the students open there. Without further delay, let us now get into the case launch session and look at the case, and also let us know a little about the organizers before we get into the case launch. Talking about the case launch event today, this is a very prestigious event with more than 322 institutes participating, with 781 teams and 2,257 students registered as on date, and the number is still ticking. With one case to launch, all these students are going to fight for getting that winner position and also to position themselves as the mastermind. Phoenix Global is very happy to provide this kind of experience to the students over the past also and even in the future. Let us now get into the program without further delay. This is Subhash from Phoenix Global. Happy to take this session forward on behalf of Phoenix Global and Organon Analytics Club of IIM Rohtak. Friends, before we enter into the case launch, I would now like to give you a free opinion, a brief about Phoenix Global as a company and its offerings. What do we do and what is this case study all about? This case launch also talks about the case, the depths of it, what is it that is expected from the participants, how do you need to crack a corporate case, and then arrive at a wonderful solution given the data set and your inference. So without any much delay, let us now get into the case launch and let us start looking at Phoenix Global as a company. Let us understand what it is, which would be very helpful for you to solve the case. Phoenix Global is an edtech enterprise which has started its journey a few years ago and has created a revolution in the education sector in India. Especially having tie-ups with prestigious IIMs, IITs, and NITs, Phoenix Global has a nationwide impact of lakhs of students being benefited with the programs. Let us know in detail about Phoenix Global. About us, Phoenix Global is a skill development company that helps students acquire and master professional and soft skills. So these skills, as per the requirements of the industry, are given to the students by wonderfully trained and qualified mentors who are here to help you. The vision of this company is to become a national leader in skill development and industry readiness by providing differentiated training from top-class industry experts. Phoenix Global is known to give wonderful training required for the students as far as the industry skills are concerned. The four P's that we stand for, the core values of Phoenix Global, are professionalism, punctuality, passion, and perseverance. These are the four key skills or four core values that Phoenix Global tries to imbibe in the students. Talking about the associations that we have got, Phoenix Global is associated with the student clubs and societies across various top institutes, including IIM Lucknow, Rohtak, IIT Dhanbad, Guwahati, NIT Rourkela, IIM Nagpur, many others that you can see in this slide. Many other institutes outside India, like the countries like USA, Nepal, Sri Lanka, and others, are also very much in touch with Phoenix Global and are due subjects to the programs that are offered by Phoenix Global. Phoenix Global has vast corporate exposure from large companies which are dominating the market today, MNCs which are very greatly performing, like Amazon, Capgemini, Goldman Sachs, Factset, Cipla, and others, among all those companies from where the Phoenix Global executives or the trainers come from. This gives us a wonderful opportunity to give the skills that are required to the students benchmarked at industry. Looking at the people who got benefited or who were program partners and then who participated in summer internships and live projects of Phoenix Global, we have got interns and live project interns from across various top B schools, including IIM Nagpur, IIT Delhi, IIT Kharagpur, IIT Bombay, IIFT, IIM Rohtak, and many others. These are a few testimonials of the work that the students have done in Phoenix Global and how they have excelled in their career with the help of Phoenix Global. This is the kind of national impact that Phoenix Global has. We have touched more than 1.3 lakh students till date with various programs like hands-on workshops and experience-oriented learning programs and certification trainings. Just to name a few, these are the recent events that we have done in the year 2020 before the COVID-19 pandemic has stricken. And after COVID-19, we have moved into organizing various virtual conferences, certification programs, and also a few very interesting workshops. To name a few, IIM Rohtak case study, IIT Guwahati workshop, Geetam University, again, we had a workshop on Docker. We had session on career development for BTech students. We had session on placement preparation and cracking CAT examination for BTech students again. We had sessions on cracking CAT at BIT Mesra, Jharkhand. We had sessions on data analytics and Power BI Tableau. This is a certification course offered at IIM Rohtak. And there were many, many such programs which were offered previously. To put everything in a nutshell and to conclude the remarks on Phoenix Global is an organization that has touched more than 1.3 lakh students till date in a very short span of time that it has got capitalization. And then we have reached more than 34,000 training hours put together. Having impacted 7,600 students directly, Phoenix Global is definitely going to go towards impacting the nation and transforming the education landscape in India. With the help of the Ministry of SME, under which Phoenix Global is registered, we are able to partner with more than 15 IIT, IIM, NITs, and we have more than 20 IIM, IIT alumni in our team. This makes us a go-to destination for any sort of skill training, given the COVID-19 pandemic and given the requirement for upskilling. This is some brief introduction to Phoenix Global, and now, without any delay, now let us get into the case launch. This case has a large number of participants participating in it. We have more than 322 institutes, as I told in the beginning, with more than 780 teams contesting, 2,200 plus participation to solve one case. And that is where it makes it very interesting and challenging for all the participants. Let us now look at the case, which is going to be launched on Dare to Compete, which you would be receiving also on your email IDs. And the case would also be live on LinkedIn handle of Phoenix Global. The case is now launched, and let us look at the case now. The case given to you is Phoenix Global Placement Solution to AS Business School. To give you an overview of the case, this is a case that is a replica of the consulting problem, management problem that Phoenix Global has got. And this case is a fictitious data oriented case. Of course, the same problem and the same data set is being worked on by Phoenix analysts in a real time scenario, but the data is a little tweaked and it is made to resemble the original data. Of course, the data given to you is not the exact data that we are working on, but this is just a replication of the data that we are currently working on. Let us now have an overview of the entire case. When you look at the case or take a minute to read through, you would identify that the case is talking about the issue of placements in a B school, namely AS Business School, of which Professor Preet Kumar Mathur is the director. Now, the case very clearly speaks that Professor Preet Kumar Mathur, director of AS Business School, is worried that there is a lot of attrition, there is a lot of unemployment rate, and there is a lot of job cut happening in the market. And sees he is the director of a business school, he is very much interested to know what is it that he needs to do in order to get his students placed. What is it that he can do in order to upskill his students and make them industry ready? How can he, as a director, do something in order to get the students placed in wonderful MNCs, given this kind of a pandemic situation where the jobs are being cut, where the attrition is becoming more, and the unemployment rate is peaking? So this is the broad overview of the case. Since the document would be shared with you, you can in detail go through the case at a later point of time. For the paucity of time, let us now look at the overview of the case. I once again repeat, the case speaks about placement solution to AS Business School, which is a live problem at Phoenix Global that we are trying to solve. And this case is a replica to the case that we are currently solving. We wanted to give you a live opportunity where you can work on a live project and a live case, and then get your insights onto it so that we get benefited from the great insights that you draw from the data set. There are two parts of this case. One is the case document, which is what you're looking at currently. The second is the data set, the Excel sheet. That would be shared with you on Dare to Compete and also on our LinkedIn handles. You can pick it up from there and you can work on the data. Now, given the data set and the problem, you are now expected to bring innovative solutions to solve the current issue. Now, the problem statement is that Professor Preet Kumar Mathur, director of AS Business School, has seen a problem with the placements, and he has divested the task of getting a solution to this problem to Phoenix Global. He has asked for recruitment data from the placement cell and forwarded it to Phoenix Global for them to formulate a data and insight driven, robust program that would help improve the situation. So, this is the case basically. Now, what does the data set have? What are the various parameters that the data set have? The data set has various parameters, including secondary and higher secondary school percentages. That is the amount of score that you have got out of 100, the percentage of marks that you have gained in 10th standard, 12th standard, and so on, onto your engineering or your other specializations of graduation in the undergraduate study, and also your work experience, the salary offered to the placed students of the previous batch. Now, all these data points are collected to verify or identify what is the pattern that is being followed. What is it that is making students get placed with good salaries? If we take the set of students who have got good salaries, what are the various parameters that are driving this kind of a result? What are the various weightages that can be given to various parameters in order to drive such result with all students or the entire batch? So these are the kind of problems that we're going through Professor Preet Kumar Mathur's mind, and that is what you need to find solution for. After a brief overview, now let's get into the background of the case. The background of the case is Phoenix Global's capability in order to deliver a perfect solution. This is what we were actually looking at the initial part of this particular case launch program, where I went into depths of helping you understand Phoenix Global's offerings and what Phoenix Global actually does. Just to reiterate, Phoenix Global is a skill development company that helps students acquire and master professional and soft skills to reach industry benchmarks as per world's top firms. Major offerings of Phoenix Global include mentorship from cutting edge skills and critical emerging technologies from industry ready mentors, and to give them an opportunity to intern on a real-time project. Phoenix Global offers comprehensive on-the-job training programs, hands-on certification programs, placement-oriented workshops, and domain-specific training programs to MBA students and BTech students as well. As a company with vast exposure in corporate world, Phoenix Global is trusted partner across top firms in the country like IITs and IIMs, and that is the reason why a B School has given us this case to solve. Given this kind of a background, this kind of a problem orientation, this kind of a background in terms of the impact that we have created nationwide, and given the problem, what is it that you are supposed to do now? Your role. Your role is to assume that you are an analyst at Phoenix Global. Assume that you are an analyst at Phoenix Global and you are assigned to work on this project. The project is to find a solution to the placement problem at AS Business School, right? Your task is to deliver useful insights derived from the given data and provide logical conclusions on few questions, limited but not including but not limited to the following. When I say including but not limited to, it implies that these are the areas where you can focus, and this is not an exhaustive list. You can think beyond these things, you can think beyond these questions, or you can think beyond these concerns and come up with any innovative solution. So this is what you're going to do as a part of the solution to this case. One is to identify, is there a factor which most influence the candidate placement? Does the percentage in the data set matter a certain candidate to get placed? For a corporate, which degree specialization shows most demand? Describe anomalies that you find in the data set, if any. The first three questions were kind of self-explanatory. Fourth one talks about anomalies in the data set. Since a data set, the Excel sheet would be provided to you, you just need to find out if there is anything wrong with the data set. Sometimes the data set that we get might not be very clean. There is a concept of data cleaning. So you might have to actually work on the data, look if there is any problem with the data. Is the data clean? Is there is something that is missing, or is there is something that is wrong in the data? Probably you need to focus on that. Fifth is given your understanding of the answers to the above questions, come up with a comprehensive program for AS Business School with well-structured strategy and execution plans. Now, what does this mean? This means that you now have understood what are the factors that are influencing candidates' placement, what is it that the corporates require, which specialization are they preferring, and what is the impact of percentages, the 10th, 12th degree, and then MBA percentages on the student to get placed. You're knowing answers to all these questions. You have also found the anomalies in the data set. Given your understanding of all these concerns, what is it going forward that you want to propose as a comprehensive program? By comprehensive program, if you find out that the students are lacking communication skills, or the students who are from commerce are not getting jobs, or students from engineering background are not getting jobs, or people with weaker percentage are not getting jobs, or whatever is your implication or whatever is your inference, from that inference, what do you do or what do you suggest to do so that the situation gets better? So that is what we mean by comprehensive program that you need to develop. Talking about the deliverables that you have got to do, which means what are you going to submit as a final submission? So you are expected to prepare a presentation with maximum 10 slides. I would now want to stress on maximum 10 slides. When I say maximum 10 slides, it means that it is inclusive of title and thank you slides, which means the total number of slides that can be submitted is 10, inclusive of everything, inclusive of your title slide, inclusive of your content slide, inclusive of your the thank you slide, and all the annexures, everything inclusive. It should not be more than 10 slides. The maximum allowed limit is 10 slides. And that can include your insights from the data provided. And the submission would be judged on a few parameters like relevance and quality of insights, the methodology, the intensity of research, and the presentation style. You may feel free to use any analytical tools you want to arrive at a result. You can use Excel itself, you can use descriptive statistics. If you want, you can use Tableau, you can use Power BI. If you want, you can use Python. And you don't need to worry if you are not sure of what these things are. If you're not sure of what a Power BI is, what Tableau is, what Python is, there are interesting videos in the same channel. If you go to Phoenix Global channel, you will find free videos where you can learn Python, where you can learn Tableau, where you can learn Power BI from an expert speaker who has taken the sessions previously. You can learn there, and the videos are not longer than 1.5, 2 hours. So it takes only 1.5, 2 hours for you to learn a skill. So I would highly recommend you to go through those videos. Who are interested can definitely go through, learn how to do it, and then they can implement all those techniques in analyzing the data that is given to you for this case. We would also appreciate creative and out of the box results, which means that you can be as creative as you want. You can come up with out of the box results based on the insights that you get out of the data. Of course, when there is data involved, there are definitely going to be a few assumptions that you need to do. Not everything is told to you in any business environment, right? So for that, you are made free to make any assumptions, and you are also requested to state the same in the presentation so that we understand that you have made this assumption and the result that you have shown is based on this particular assumption. I hope I am pretty much clear to you. And since this particular video would be available on our channel going forward as well, so if at all you think that you have missed out on any point, please go back and refer to the same thing. And for any kind of doubts you have, we are always there to clear all your doubts. You can shoot us a mail at info@phnxglobal.com. You can also visit our LinkedIn page, the link for which is already sent on your emails in the previous mail chain, which would also be sent to you a little shortly, and then which will also be available on LinkedIn. You can go and search for Phoenix Global it will be available on LinkedIn. So this is broadly it. We wanted to expose the case to you, talk to you about the case, what are you expected to do, and what is it that the case calls for. Now that you have understood what is it that you're supposed to do, we wish you all the very best for your case study competition, for most of whom this is the first ever case study competition. We hope that wonderful submissions will be made from your end, and we wish you all the best for this particular case study competition and also for your future endeavors. Thank you very much for participating in this case launch program, and have a good day. Stay safe.